What's up, professional TDS master? I hope everyone is fine. Today we are going to learn various mechanism of TDS processing. What are the due date of TDS payment? What are the due dates of TDS filing? What are the periodicity of filing of the returns? And what relaxation the government of India have announced for the COVID-19. Okay, let's understand each of the topic one by one. Let's start. Thank you so much. First of all, we will see what is the mechanism of TDS processing. Mechanism of TDS processing is something like that. There are always two parties. One is a deductor and another is a deductee. There are always two parties. One party deducts TDS and another party who receives the income. Okay. After deducting the TDS from deductee, deductor makes the payment to Government of India. It makes payment to the Income Tax Department. After making payment, it is required to file the TDS return. Okay, TDS return is filed at NSDL, which is nothing but it is a facilitation center for submission of the TDS returns. Okay, and then after filing of TDS return at NSDL, traces, verifies, or you can say it processes the data submitted by the deductor, and after processing of the data, traces issues the default notices to the deductors. So this is the mechanism of TDS processing. First of all, payment is done, then return filing at NSDL, then processing at traces, and after that default notices is issued to the deductor. Okay, now we will see what are the types of return and what is the periodicity of filing of the returns. Mainly 4 types of return are filed by business persons. It is first is a form 24Q, which is in relation to tax payment on salary payment, and another one is form 27Q, which is for the tax deduction on NRI payments, form 27EQ, which is for tax deduction on scrap sales, then form 26Q, which is for the tax deduction on contract, commission, consultancy, interest and rent, and etc. So basically these 4 types of forms are filed by the business entities on a quarterly basis. Now there are certain forms also which are required to be filed on a monthly basis, but they are for the individual or HUF or some special kind of transaction. First of all, let's discuss for form 26QB. Form 26QB is in relation to tax deduction on transfer of immovable property. Then form 26QC, which is for tax deduction on payment of rent by individual or HUF, and then tax deduction by individual or HUF for commission, contract, professional services other than 194C, 194H or 194J. The form required is form 26QD. Last 2 forms are basically for the individual and HUF, which are required only if you are not a business entity or you are not filing the returns under above mentioned form 26Q. If you are not filing the returns on form 26Q, then you are required to file form 26QC and form 26QD. And form 26QB, which is for immovable property, whenever you purchase any kind of property from any seller, then you are required to tax deduct and submit form 26QB within 30 days from the end of the month. All 3 forms are required to be filed within 30 days from the end of the month. Okay. Now let's see what are the due date of payment of TDS, when the TDS payment is required to be made. For government deductor, where tax is paid through book entry, where tax is required to be paid through book entry, where they are not making any kind of physical challan. then it is required to show the information on the same day on which tax is deducted. Okay. But for other deductors, means you are making physical challan, you are making payment of physical challan, and you are not a government deductor, then for April to February month, you are required to make payment on a monthly basis. But for the month of March, some kind of relaxation is given to the business entity. But for the April to Feb month, there is no relaxation. So you are required to make payment on or before 7th of the next month. Okay. Suppose you have deducted tax at source for the month of May, then you are required to make payment on or before 7th of June. For July, you have to require to make payment on or before 7th of August. But for the month of March, you are required to make payment on or before 30 days from the end of the month in which tax is deducted. That means 30th of April. This is a due date specified for TDS. Okay. For TDS, you are required to make payment before 30th of April. Fine. Now for government deductors, where tax is paid through challan. For government deductors, where tax is paid through challan, then they are required to make payment on or before 7th of the next month. There is no relaxation for the month of March. For March also, they are required to make payment before 7th of April. For other parties, some relaxation was given, but for government deductors, where tax is paid through challan, then they are required to make payment on or before 7th of each month. Okay. Now some special forms which we have earlier mentioned. Form 26 QB, which is for 194 IA, it is required to make. We have already mentioned that it is challan cum return. Form 26 QB is not a special kind of return. It is challan cum return, required to be paid within 30 days from the last date of the month on which tax is deducted. And then another form which we have already mentioned, form 26 QC for 194 IB cases, same, within 30 days from the last date of the month in which tax is deducted. I hope you are very crystal clear on payment of TDS. Now let's understand what are the due dates of filing of return. We will be seeing due dates of TDS return, for TCS return, and for government directors, where book entry is done through form 24G. First of all, let's see TDS returns. For TDS returns, quarter 1 ending June, you are required to file TDS return on before 31st of July. And then for quarter 2 for September ending, you are required to file on or before 31st of October. Quarter 3 December quarter, you are required to file on or before 31st of January. Then for quarter 4, some relaxation has been given by government, which is required to file on or before 31st of May. Means you are given 2 months of time. For all other quarters, you are given 1 month of time, but for quarter 4, you are given with 2 months of time. Hence, the due date is 31st of May for 4th quarter. Now let's see due dates for TCS returns. TCS return for quarter 1, it is 15th of July. For quarter 2, September ending, 15th of October. Quarter 3, December ending, 15th of January. And quarter 4, March ending, it will be 15th of May. I hope you are crystal clear on the TDS and TCS return filing due dates. Now let's understand about government deductor. Okay. For the month of March, it is required to be filed every month. In TDS or TCS return for other deductors, the return filing requirement is on a quarterly basis. But for the government deductor filing form 24G, it is required to be filed on a monthly basis. Okay. So for the month of March, it is required to be filed on or before 30th of April. But for the other months, it is required to be filed on or before 15 days from the end of the month in respect of tax deducted or collected. Now let's see what relaxation Government of India has announced due to COVID-19. For this, first of all, in the month of March, the government announced ordinance which is named as the taxation and other laws relaxation of certain provisions, ordinance 2020. And then Government of India also came with the notification on 24th of June, latest notification on 24th of June, which is notification number 35 by 2020. Let us see what the ordinance was. It says, whereas in view of the spread of pandemic COVID-19 across many countries of the world, including India, causing immense loss to the lives of people, it has become imperative to relax certain provisions, including extension of time limit in the taxation and other laws. This ordinance was brought in for extension of time limit in taxation and other laws. So what are the various laws which are covered in the ordinance? You can see here in this ordinance, these are the basically act which are covered by the ordinance. Specified act means the Wealth Tax Act 1957, Income Tax Act 1961, the Prohibition of Benami Property Transaction Act 1988, Chapter 7 of Finance number 2 Act 2014, Chapter 7 of Finance Act 2013, the Black Money, Undisclosed Foreign Income and Assets and Imposition of Tax Act 2015, Chapter 7 of Finance Act 2016, or the Direct Tax Vivad Se Vishwas Act 2020. These are the acts which are covered through this ordinance and whose prescribed time limit has been extended. So what is extended? Let's see now. It is covered in section 3 subsection 1. Here you can see, first of all, see first 3 lines only. Where any time limit has been specified in or prescribed or notified under the specified act which falls due during the period from 20th day of March 2020 to 29th day of June 2020, means any kind of time limit which was specified in these acts and which falls due during the period 20th of March 2020 to 29th of June 2020. Then now let's go to this paragraph. And where the completion or compliance of such action has not been made within such time, then the time limit for completion or compliance of such action shall, notwithstanding anything contained in the specified act, stands extended to 30th of day of June 2020. That means where completion or compliance of such action has not been made within such time, then the time limit for completion or compliance of such action shall, notwithstanding anything contained in the specified act, stand extended to 30th of day of June 2020. They have extended all the time limit which falls due on 20th of March 2020 to 29th of June 2020 to 30th of June. Okay, they have extended to 30th of June 2020. Okay, now let's see other 2 lines which was mentioned. Or such other date or such other date after 29th day of June 2020 as the central government may by notification specify in this behalf for completion or completion or compliance of such action. Means the power has been given to government to further extend the due date after 29th of June period also for the compliances getting due after 29th of June also. The power has been given through this ordinance to the government to extend the time limit of the specified act. Now see here another or such other date. Now they have initially extended to 30th of June 2020. Now it also empowers the government to further extend from 30th of June, which is, you can see this, or such other date after the 30th of June 2020 as the central government may by notification specify in this behalf. So government has further right to extend after 30th of June any such other date after 30th of June as the central government may by notification specify in this behalf. Okay, now they can extend the due date through notification only. Now let's see what is the notification. Notification was brought in on 24th of June 2020, which is notification number 35 by 2020. Let's see what notification says. In exercise of the powers conferred by subsection 1 of section 3 of Taxation and Other Laws Ordinance, the central government hereby specifies for the purpose of said subsection 1. You just read this paragraph. The 31st day of December 2020 shall be the end date of the period during which the time limit specified in or the prescribed or notified under the specified acts falls for the completion or compliance of such action as specified under the said subsection, and the 31st day of March 2021 shall be the end date to which the time limit for completion or compliance of such action shall stand extended. That means we have seen earlier in ordinance. Just a minute, I will show you once again. Here the period was 20th day of March 2020 to 29th of June 2020. This period is now extended up to 31st of December. Means any kind of compliances which falls due before 31st of December 2020, okay, 31st of December 2020, for any kind of compliances which are falling due from 20th of March to 31st day of December 2020, their due date of filing of return shall be extended to 31st of March 2021. Okay, they have done blanket extension of 31st day of March 2021, but for certain kind of compliances they have specified some different due date. You can see, provided that where the specified act is the Income Tax Act 1961 and the compliance relates to there are, you can see, seven provisions they have specified different due dates. But for TDS it is for point number 2nd, point number 3rd and point number 4th. You can see point number 2, delivering of statement of tax deduction at source under subsection 2A of section 200, or statement of collection of tax at source under subsection 3A of section 206C. Therefore, for the month of February or March, or for the quarter ending 31st day of March, as the case may be, the end date shall be extended to 15th of July 2020. This is for the government deductor filing form 24G and whose due date for the month of February or March has been extended to 15th of July. And for the other kind of deductor, it is mentioned here, for other deductors it shall be extended for the month of March, for the quarter ending March, the date has been extended to 31st of day of July 2020. Okay. Furnishing of certificate under section 203 thereof in respect of deduction or payment of tax under section 192 of the Act for the financial 1920, the end date shall be extended to 15th day of August. Means form 16 and 16A certificate due date has been extended till 15th day of August. Means in these three type of transaction the date has been specified. Okay, but for any other type of transaction which falls for compliance up to 31st of December, the date specified for the compliance has been extended to 31st of March 2021. So now let's see the due dates of after this ordinance and notification for TDS and TCS. First of all, form 24Q, 26Q, 27Q and 27EQ. For quarter 4 of financial 1920, original due date was 31st of May, which we have already mentioned. As per ordinance, the date was extended to 30th of June, and now as per notification dated 24th of June, it has been extended till 31st of July. But for quarter 1, here it is specifically mentioned as 31st of July. But for the quarter 1 of financial year 2021, original due date was 31st of July. Now it get extended to 31st of March 2021. Same for quarter 2, 31st of October 2020 was the original due date. It stand extended to 31st of March 2021. Okay, got it. Which were getting due for the compliances which are getting due for 31st of December will now get extended to 31st of March. Fine. Now let's see another form 26QB, QB, QC and 24QD. The special forms which was mentioned for the month of February and March, it was specified. Okay, original due date 30th of March, 30th of April for March, and for February and March 30th of March and 30th of April was the original due date. Due date extended by ordinance, it was 30th of June, blanket extension, and new dates are 31st of July or 31st of July for February and March. For both February and March, it is get extended to 31st of July. But for other compliances, April to November 2020, because it was required to be filed before 30 days from the end of the month. So compliances which are required to be filed before 31st of December are already get extended to 31st of March 2021. Hope you are getting clear, guys. Now for issue of TDS certificate, we have already mentioned form 16 for tax deducted from salary 1920, original due date was 15th of June. As per ordinance, 30th of June was the date. Now as per revised due date, as per notification, it is now 15th of August. Form 16A for tax deducted from payment other than salary, same for quarter 4 financial 1920. Earlier due date was 15th of June, extended by ordinance to 15th of July, now stands extended till 15th of August. Form 16B, 16C, 16D for tax deducted under section 194 IA, IB, IM. For February, earlier due date was 14th of April, which was extended to 15th of July, now extended to 15th of August. Same for the month of March, it was 15th of May original due date extended by ordinance through 15th of July, now extended to 15th of August 2020. Same for the issue of Tcs Certificate, earlier due date was 30th of May for quarter 4 of 1920. Due date is extended by ordinance 15th of July, now extended to 15th of August 2020. And for form 24G, we have seen for the month of February and March, earlier due date of 15th of March for the month of February, which now get extended to 15th of July. Same for the month of March, earlier due date was 30th of April, which was extended to 30th of June, is still now extended to 15th of July. For April to November 2020, it was required to file within 15 days from the end of the month. It get extended to 31st of March 2021. I hope you are crystal clear now on what are the due dates specified for the TDS filing, what are the relaxation due to COVID-19. Let's see you again. Till then, bye-bye.